All right, folks, welcome back to yet another episode of Fresh Juice, an indie game podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Tommy Fresh, and joined, as always, it is
Maddie Juice. What's going on, everybody? Episode 107. We're making our way to that 200 mark, one episode at a time, Tommy. And all you are coming with us.
Yep, whether you like it or not, you are stuck with us. And this is a very special episode because if you've been paying attention to what's been happening online, Maddie is going to be doing the whole episode in the TikTok voice for us all.
You're
I cannot wait.
right. What's going on, everybody? This is Mr. Beast, and I am here to have all the billionaires on an island battle each other with pool noodles. Who's going to come out the winner? I don't know, but it won't be any of us. We'll just be watching.
We'll be watching. Listen, last time a bunch of billionaires were on an island, things weren't too kosher, I will say. So, you know what, Mr. Beast, have fun. But we got a nice little episode. We're just doing a chill game talk app, chatting some releases, some things, out in the world of gaming, and then answer some listener questions and recommend some stuff. But before that, how you doing? What's up? What's new?
Yeah, doing fine, just baby's doing good overall, she's smiling. She's making a new sound where she just keeps going so it's just like, I'm like, man, you're really enjoying that. She's like so that's been fun. Spent some good time with her over the weekend. Also, our cousin, shout out to Kaylin, came on down and hung out with her. We had our dogs hang out. I gotta tell you, our dog Pluto, he does not know when to stop playing. He's a big dog, so you would think a lot of running around would really tire him out, but he's all power. And like, I can't tell you how many times he's been playing with another dog that's faster than him. That dog is, Pluto's never catching the dog, but Pluto is all in for the chase. And so when that dog goes to take a break, Pluto will circle the dog and then start barking and being like, hey, like, let's go, let's keep going. And it always gets to the point where the other dog like snaps at him, but not in like a bad way, but just like a get away from me. And his face is always just like, what? Like, what was that? What? I don't understand. And then he just tries it again like 2 minutes later. He just doesn't know what to do. So that was fun watching that, dealing with that. And then more recently, I'm having some PC issues, which is not good. My computer started making like a sound, like as if a fan was like hitting something. So I had to open it up like early this morning and found out like one of my GPU fans is like wobbling. So I had to order a replacement on Amazon. Now I need to figure out, how do I open up a graphics card and install a new fan? I have no idea how to do it. I've been researching stuff. I got to figure out how to do it because I don't want to have to buy a new graphics card. And apparently, if you leave those things wobbling, they'll just, your card can't cool itself, and then it just ruins the card eventually. So if anyone out there has a good tutorial or knows what they're doing with that sort of stuff, please reach out in our Discord channel because I would be eternally grateful. So yeah, that's just the update with me. We've got, by the time the listeners are listening to this, Tommy, they're going to know the outcome of tonight's NFL football game where our two teams are going head to head in Lambeau Field.
Yeah, I've only been dreading it all week.
I am just so excited for a football game because the Eagles had a bye last week, and now I need to wait till Monday Night Football. I feel like I'm in the off season. I'm like, where's my team at? So I'm just happy to watch football, regardless of the outcome. It's always a good game, and honestly, my division's terrible. So even if the Eagles lose, this should be okay.
Yeah, you're probably fine.
But your division, that's a whole different
We need
story.
to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it should be a good game. But yeah, that's everything that's up with me for now.
Yeah. Tonight the Packers and the Eagles play. You all know the outcome. We know the outcome at this point too, by the time you're listening to this. So here's the thing. The Packers this season have only lost to bad teams and beat good teams. So that would be the silver lining for you if we win tonight. That, oh, we're a good team. The Packers beat us. It would be not a good sign if you guys win.
Well,
this is how I'm spinning it.
Is the Eagles every week are either a good team or a bad team.
Yeah.
So, they lost to the Giants, then they beat the Giants, and it just doesn't make any sense. But yeah, we'll see what happens. And I'm wearing my Eagles stuff. I got Eagles shorts on. You got a lot of Packers gear. Are you a Packers gear guy? I know I've seen you with the hat. I know you got a jersey, I believe.
Yeah, I got a couple jerseys.
Yeah,
is there a hoodies?
Piece of like Packers like merch that or whatever apparel that you love that you're like, oh man, that's my favorite?
I got a really nice hoodie that's like super sleek, warm, but I really don't break out the Packers gear until like playoffs.
Okay.
I have my rituals, so I know what's bad luck. I know what's good luck. What's bad luck is if my wife's watching the game with me, just without fail, we will lose.
So that's why you either don't watch the games or do you say get out of there, go do something?
Or no,
get out of the house.
Well, I'm just like I'm going to a different room. I will talk to you in about 2 hours. So I'm very ritualistic that way.
Yeah,
I got my superstitions. So yeah, but I had a busy week. Other than that, I worked a lot. I planned 3 samplings back to back to back, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 2 months ago, I planned them, and you just like when you plan something for work 2 months ahead of time, you're like, I will definitely want to do these things in 2 months. I did not. And I was like, why did I plan something on a Saturday? I hate working on Saturdays. What am I doing? I hate past me.
Yeah.
Future me hated him, but that's all right. Had a nice chill Sunday. Went to go see a movie, which, by myself. Always love going to the theater by myself. It's like kind of like nice. You just like, all right, I'm just going to relax. I don't got to worry about the people next to me, whether they're going to like it. I can just decide if I like this movie or not. And have my popcorn and my soda.
Now,
and I'll be recommending that movie.
What do you do? Because I haven't gone to the movies by myself, but I've always thought like, oh, that'd be like a fun thing to do if like planets align and like, my wife's working and I'm home like off for some reason. And I guess like the baby's not around. But I would go to the movies. But how does it work? Because like at our theater, it's like love seats, right? So like,
yeah.
Are you ever afraid someone's gonna like sit there and like lift up that armrest and be like, hey, or let's just like anyone ever get a little too close, or like are you going at times where like the theater there's just plenty of space for everybody?
Most of the time I'm like not sitting next to anybody, but this time I was. And I got there a little too early because, it was let's say the row started at 14, 13, and then I was 12. That was seat number 12. There were people sitting in 14 and 13, but I didn't, because I got there early, I didn't know if anybody would be sitting further down that row. And I'm like, oh, I'm 12. I'll sit right here next to you, whatever. And then the next 3 seats next to me never got sat in. So I could have made the decision to get up and go sit in an empty seat, but then you're like, I don't want them thinking I don't want to sit next to them anymore. Yeah. You're just like, I made my decision. I'm sticking to it. So it was fun. It was fun. I think the weirdest experience. So I've seen a decent amount of movies on them. I think the 2 most like, I feel like kind of like a red flag, right? Like just like single dude at a theater was like, I went to go see the Joker movie alone. And that one, while you're watching it, you're like, okay.
And you're just laughing,
yeah, you're just doing that. That one felt like, okay, maybe people are looking at me and I'm just trying to, like, I'm sitting there trying to, like, look like not threatening or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I went to go see the Super Mario movie alone.
Okay.
That was I was the only person in there not with a child.
Yeah.
So that was pretty interesting. But
Nice.
it was a good time. It's a good time, relaxing, and I'm excited to talk about the movie in the
Cool.
rec room. So, but we do have some news. Yes, it's true, folks. The Fresh Juice Discord, free for everybody to join. It's in the show notes below. Check it out.
Now
We have
free.
like
Now
now
free.
free.
Yep.
Now
This whole
free.
time, this is the first episode it's been free. All right. So if you're
Hop in it.
listening,
We might change our mind.
yep.
But you have like free deals that we notify you on, like free games that like go like on sale forever or whatever. And then also there's game releases, notifications and stuff like that. So it's a good place to hang out and check it out. Check it out. But
Yeah. Yeah.
some notable releases this week. First, Lone Fungus Melody of Spores,
Yes,
which
Lone Fungus, which is a game for those that were around during, I don't even remember how long ago. I played the demo for this, where I believe it was called Lone Fungus 2 at the time. And I believe it's a solo dev. Um, but now they've changed the name. It's come out to very positive reviews, and it's known as a Mushroomvania, so Metroidvania, but obviously you're playing as a mushroom. And I really enjoyed the demo from what I remember. It was like smooth, kind of had everything movement wise that I would want in a basic Metroidvania. You kind of had this like whip um, item that you could use. And yeah, just I'm happy to see this come out to very positive reviews. It's $17 currently on sale, 15% off. So, I hard to say, if it's a good deal right now, but I really enjoyed the demo for it. I just don't know if I have time to play it, but yeah, just want to give Lone Fungus a little shout out there. I think it's a game that's been in development for quite a bit from what I've seen um, on Twitter, and I believe this might have been one of the games that was affected by the Silk Song release. I think it
mm-hmm.
was supposed to come out a little bit earlier, but now it came out on November 7th instead. So yeah, little shout out to Lone Fungus right there. Seems like a cool little game, and anyone who's interested in Metroidvanias, I really enjoyed the demo, so you probably would enjoy the full game.
Yeah, I actually did pick this one up, and I played a little bit on the Steam Deck the other night before bed. Really got to give it some more time, but so far, it's very cute, and I really like the art style, and I just love mushrooms in general. So like, I always kind of like seeing that.
Yeah.
So I am interested to see if it like really captures me as I play some more of it. But uh, initial impressions were pretty decent, so I'll have to give it some more time and report back. But very very cool to see it finally come out because I know there's a lot of fans of the original Lone Fungus, and with already very positive reviews for a game I don't think is like super well known,
Mhm.
is pretty cool to see. Now, what is this Void Train 1.0 release?
Yeah, so this is a game that it's been around for a little bit, I think in early access, but they just had a 1.0 release. And it's, of course, a survival game. That's why it's been kind of on my radar. And I was fortunate enough to actually get a key for this, so I did play a little bit of it. I still need to play some more. But the concept here is pretty interesting where you are on this kind of um, train. Obviously it's Void Train, but it's like I don't know what to call it. What's those trains like in the cartoons where like you like move it up and down and it goes? What are those? Like that
Oh, I
train car,
know.
whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't even know what the name of that is.
Yeah, I don't know either, but that's what you're on, and that's your base. So you can expand that, you can build that out, and what you're doing is you're kind of like moving through this like spacey, like weird, like other dimension as you're kind of going through the track here and you're collecting things. You're like, getting resources and stuff as you're going. You can jump off your train and you automatically kind of hook yourself to the train car so you can pull yourself back. And then there's stops you come across as well, where there's enemies and different resources for you to get. And that's where you can kind of also expand your base a bit more. So it seemed like a really interesting concept. And I know, it's currently got mostly positive reviews on Steam. I'm not really at a decision point yet of whether I like it or not. I will say that typically in survival games, I don't really like when I'm tethered to a specific spot where I need to build my base. So whether that's like an airship or like a train in this instance, anywhere where I'm like, okay, that's where I have to build, and that's the only spot I can really build. I'm usually not into those, but so far, I think I played about an hour of the game. Everything seems fine, cool so far. It's very interesting. Kind of got like a Bioshocky sort of feel to it a little bit. But yeah, just another game to call out here. An early access game that hit 1.0. I think that's also worth just kind of noting that, I feel like sometimes that doesn't happen, right? So I will say from the screenshots and the gameplay, definitely sold me on it, because it just looks really cool. But so far, I'll say about an hour into the game, a lot of this crazy stuff you're seeing is not happening. So it's really just, it's still, I'm still trying to figure out how to even like build up my base on the train and everything. But I'm sure there'll be a point where, you start to realize there's a lot more you can do, and yeah, you can play with friends, all that sort of stuff, up to 4 people. So yeah, just was a kind of a cool game that I was fortunate enough to try out. And, if there's any fans of Void Train out there, I'm sure you already know it's at 1.0 release. So shout out to those devs for getting it out.
Very, very cool. It doesn't look like my type of thing, but you know, hey, listen, that's why we're such a good team, Maddie.
There
Because
we
we
go.
like we have a lot of similar interests, but we also branch out into different ways. A game that I have been keeping an eye on. I'm not really familiar with the series. Um, is Dark Quest 4 just came out, and I've been seeing a decent amount about this, and it just looks so cool. Kind of like this
Ooh.
uh, dungeon crawler board game style turn based RPG. Like kind of a bunch of things I really like. So I saw this came out. It's been on my radar. It might take the jump. I really love the way it looks. It just looks so cool. It seems like a good time. I think there's some online co-op as well. Um, it has positive reviews so far, but this one I've been keeping my eye on, and honestly, it's like I feel like I've almost bought it like 3 times, and I'm like, maybe not, and then I watch more of it. And I'm like, oh, maybe I do want this. I can't tell, but if anybody has played it, let me know because I probably will end up playing this game.
Yeah, it does look really cool. I also love the way it looks as well. So yeah, if you pick it up, Tommy, let me know how you like it. I was hoping to see some local co-op here. I know it's got online
Mm-hmm.
co-op, but it definitely seems like a cool game to like couch co-op with. But yeah, it definitely looks interesting. So I've never heard of the other Dark Quests, so I have no idea if they're in the same genre as this or if this is kind of a new experiment for the devs. But
I think they
really
are
cool
all
looking game.
similar.
Okay. Uh,
Looking at it really quick, Dark Quest 1 has mostly positive. Dark Quest 2 is very positive. That seems to be the one where it takes the big jump into the graphics that
mm,
we're kind of seeing now. And then Dark Quest 3 was another mostly positive. So it's like a well liked franchise. So very
yeah.
interesting.
And it also looks like this one has, I don't know if the others do, but this has creator mode where you can design your
Oh,
own
that's sick.
quests and build your own dungeons. So that seems pretty interesting as well. Hopefully they have a way, yeah, you can discover community made quests. So kind of a quest master sort of vibe, right?
Yeah.
In this game, which is pretty cool.
Sweet, sweet. And then you had Tavern Keeper on here as well.
Yeah, so this is a game that I've seen honestly on my TikTok for a while in development, and it finally came out November 3rd. Overwhelmingly positive on Steam, getting a ton of love. Where it is from the creators of Game Dev Tycoon, and it's Tavern Keeper, where it's a cozy game where you're managing a tavern. And you can decorate your tavern. and build your character. It's currently in early access. It's 20% off right now, which is $24. And I've just been seeing a lot of love around this game to the point where I think the developers, from what I saw, and the reason I put it on the list, they were like in tears because of how much people are enjoying the game, because I think it's been in development for like 7 years, something like that.
Oh, that's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, so just a really like heartwarming, wholesome story, and also, kind of a fun looking cozy game. If you're into cozy games, and you kind of are into that like tavern vibe, which I think a lot of people are these days. This seems like it's right up your alley and probably worth checking out. So, Tavern Keeper, pretty cool.
Cool, cool, cool. Oh, also one of the other ones that was on my radar that came out this past week was There Are No Orcs. It was like an RTS game, which is not really something I've really delved deep into, but it's got like pretty good reviews so far, and it looks pretty fun. Um, so yeah, I took a look at this and I'm like, oh, maybe this would be something for me to kind of jump into that RTS world
Hmm.
because I like the art style. It's cute, but it seems pretty accessible as well. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know a lot about it, but it definitely looked really cool to me.
Yeah, I think that's like the thing with like RTS games. And I feel like we played some at PAX, and like they're just so, a lot of them that come out aren't really super accessible to people that aren't familiar with the genre. So um I think that there is an opportunity for an accessible RTS that kind of could get people into that genre. Very much like I think Balatro has gotten a lot of people into like the roguelite genre, where
Hmm.
there's been, you might not like really play roguelites, but Baltro's kind of got you hooked, and even like the deck building side of things as well. So yeah, this seems interesting. Let me know if you end up playing it and if it's accessible, because that's been the toughest thing with RTSs for me, is like there's just usually a lot of depth, and I just can't wrap my head around certain things. I remember playing one at PAX. I won't go into like the name of it or anything, but I was just like,
Oh
I was
yeah.
there too long, and I was just like, the guy kept checking on me, and I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing in this. Like, I just don't know. There's just too many layers here. So would love for like a more accessible game to come about to kind of get me into it, and then maybe I can start enjoying those other in-depth games.
Yeah, I think like, I've played like some that have been on the cusp of the genre, like Chrysalis or Chrysalis, and then even the Skull Horde demo kind of had, some of that kind of RTS, like kind of like building out your army and making sure you place it correctly, but it was never full on. So yeah,
Right.
this might be one to kind of really hop in. So
Yeah.
uh, pretty neat. But moving on, will Claire Obscure 33 pull off a Game Awards sweep? And what
Oh
does the Game Awards sweep even look like anyway?
boy, this is a hot topic here. And we don't have the nominees yet for the Game Awards, but I've seen a lot of people, obviously, throughout the year, really saying Expedition 33 is a top tier game in general. I know I believe it's qualifies for the indie category as well. Um, but I've seen a lot of people kind of lock this in as their game of the year already. I've only played a very small amount of it already. Unfortunately, just haven't had the time to dive in because it is a pretty story heavy game. But um, yeah, there's kind of references in this article to like Return of the King and how it had a sweep, and like, is this kind of another story like that? And um, you know, in uh in the gaming world, where we see Expedition 33, clean up in all the different categories. I'm sure it'll be in the narration category, game of the year. I think game direction or art direction is probably going to be in. I've even heard the sound design is great in it. I think it'll be nominated for quite a bit. But I think for me, the thing that will be the toughest for it to overcome is the game of the year, because there are some really great I imagine there will be great nominees for game of the year. We can imagine Silk Song in there. potentially even like Hades 2. I think Arc Raiders is going to be nominated as well. And that's been a whole conversation of Arc Raiders versus Expedition 33, where there were some comments made by a very popular streamer, Shroud, where he basically said, we can't let Expedition 33 win over this Arc Raiders game. A lot of people upset about that. A lot of people supporting that. Just because Expedition 33 isn't like a PvP kind of game, all that sort of stuff, which is very weird to me that that would even be said. But I think it has a really good shot, though, to clean up the Game Awards just based on what I hear people say about this game. As someone that's like barely experienced it, having a buddy of ours, Pat, that's played it, says it's amazing. I really think that this is a game that won't surprise people, and a lot of other categories might surprise people in Game of the Year, but it's also been one of those games, and I kind of just like talked about like the RTS side. This is like brought people into like the turn-based strategy games, like
Mm-hmm.
people that never were really into it. So I think this is kind of like a hugely impactful game that could sweep at the Game Awards. But what do you think, Tom?
Yeah, I'm not really sure, to be honest. I haven't played it, but it is kind of weird. like like who was it, Shroud, who said we
Yeah.
can't let Claire. First of all, who's we?
Yeah, he's
you
talking to
know,
all his little cronies on, on Twitch that
yeah, yeah.
are
It's like
watching
who's
him.
we, and how do they like? Is it a vote based award? No.
So yeah, you can vote for the Game Awards, but I think like the most weight is put on the panel of journalists they
Mm,
have that like
yeah,
nominate the games and vote on them. I don't think it's fully community voted. Otherwise, we'd probably get some really weird winners, I'd imagine.
yeah,
But I think
yeah,
there's a small weight that's put into like what the community thinks
yeah.
of these games. So yeah, I don't even think they'd have the sway. Even if all 20,000 people that were watching them voted for Arc Raiders, I don't think it would have the sway of what the journalists say.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think that this game is interesting because it definitely could do it. I wonder if it's still a little bit too like inside baseball, right? Like
Hmm.
gamers know about it, right? And people on the fringe kind of do, but like the general like video game buying public does not, right? Which I think could hurt it a little bit. And it also came out pretty early in the year. I think that also kind of hurts it as well. So I think it probably would deserve a decent amount, but like I don't know what the sweep would look like, right? Like that's like
Yeah.
they pose an interesting question here, like what would that actually look like? I'm not really sure, but it's going to be nominated for a lot. I I probably, based on what people have said, I would pick it for Game of the Year, right, to win. It's not my Game of the Year, but I would pick it to win.
Hmm.
And but it's got heavy competition this year, right? Like it really does. And like this last year would have swept 100%,
Oh yeah.
right? And I'm interested. It's a nice little thing. I just wonder if it's going to have the long lasting kind of impact. Like is like a sequel going to come and have an impact? I think that is the biggest question here because it's a good game allegedly, but is it good enough to like kind of topple some of these other giants that it's going to go up against in like some of the more like stranger, not stranger, like the more the less like mainstream categories, I guess,
Yeah.
right? But it's got a good shot. I would say it's got a good shot. I can't really speak to its true shot because I didn't play it. So
Yeah. And I know there's probably people listening that are like, how could these two guys, Indie Game Podcast, not play this game? We played a lot of
well,
games, okay? And this game takes a lot of time, and we just haven't had the time to fully
and it's also
experience it.
like
True.
not really indie. It like
True.
kind of is indie, right? Like
Yeah, that's
I don't
true.
know.
And also, they point out in the article here that like the closest the Game Awards has ever had to a quote unquote sweep was The Last of Us Part Two, where it won 7 awards, but it also didn't truly sweep everything it was nominated for because it didn't pick up best art direction and best score and music. So you kind of think like a game like that kind of has it's a part two to a game that won Game of the Year. Last of Us Part Two, like pretty well known. Can a game like Expedition 33 really do better than a game like that in terms of like winning more awards or winning everything it was nominated for? Yeah, it'll be tough. Like even just from that standpoint, right? Because I don't know, are these journalists going to be thinking about, well, if we didn't give it to The Last of Us Part Two, how could we give it to, I don't know if they're going to be thinking of it in that way. But yeah, it'll be a tough year. But honestly, as someone, I know, like you said, this would be your pick for Game of the Year. Not your game, but like out of the
Mhm.
nominees, you choose this one. I am rooting for this thing to sweep because it would just be really cool to see, and it probably would jumpstart me being like, okay, I
Mhm.
gotta play this game. Um, it would just be really awesome to see, and yeah, it's also a game that kind of came out of nowhere. I feel like too, right? So
Yeah.
there's just a lot that could happen here. I'd be very interested to see what it's nominated for and just the nominees in general. But yeah, it's a tough year. It's going to be a tough year for Game of the Year. I'm very curious to see where that lands with a lot of people. Um, but yeah, interesting
Can
stuff.
can I just say one, like, maybe it's a lukewarm take or maybe it's a cold take, but it has the worst name title.
That is a problem. Yeah,
It
absolutely.
I think it should have either been Claire Obscure or Expedition 33. I think consumer wise, it's very confusing because you're like, is this a sequel to
Hmm.
Claire Obscure? Is this like an offshoot, like a spin-off of Claire Obscure? Should I know what Claire Obscure is? And or, on the other side of it, you're just like, is this like DLC or something? Like it
Right.
I think that's my it might be a lukewarm take because I think probably some other people feel the same way, but it is just I think a terrible name for a game.
Yeah, and obviously we're coming at this not really playing the game.
Yeah.
I do know what like I get the concept of it with Expedition 33 and all that sort of stuff because I just played the beginning of it, but I agree. Like there have been so many times where I have brought this game up to people and they're just like, "What? What did you say? Like what?
Huh?
What is that?" Yeah, and I'm like Claire Obscure and then it's like I'm like colon Expedition 33. Like you ever heard of it? Like no, I never heard of it. So yeah, that's a really good point as well. And honestly, it's the only reason Balatro didn't win last year, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, is because people didn't know how to pronounce it. Is it Balatro or is it Balatro? People didn't know, and that's why I lost.
Yeah, I mean that could have been it, but also like it's only a card game.
Yeah, it's
you
just
know.
poker. How could poker
Yeah.
win? Well, maybe because
Yeah.
poker is one of the greatest games of all time. It stood the test of time,
Maybe.
and this is an evolution of that. Oh God, we just need to have an episode where we just talk about Balatro, as if that's not every episode we have. But um,
I'm still
yeah,
playing so much.
yep, same.
But have you been playing any games lately?
Yeah, I've been playing a few different ones. Been playing a little Arc Raiders, of course, which I've been enjoying, but it's one of those games also where like it just stresses me out every run, like in a good way.
Mhm.
I'm not like, hating it, but I can only do so many runs and then I'm like, all right, I gotta play something else. So I have been playing some Void Train, as I mentioned, a little bit of Void Train. I also I tried out this play test for this game called Prologue Go Way Back. I think I mentioned it to you earlier off the pod, but it's from the creator of PUBG. He's coming out with this like single player survival game that they're testing all this new technology with machine learning, and it's where like every time you play it, it's like a different environment, a different experience, a different journey you kind of go on. So it kind of seemed interesting. That game comes out in early access in about 10 days from now. So I'll probably really try it then. I didn't really get a good chance to try it. I beat Slots and Daggers. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Yeah.
I beat it, no problem. What a great game.
So
Um,
good.
really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's just it's awesome. Um, I've been playing honestly a lot. I played The Last Caretaker came out, cool early access survival game, single player, really awesome environments, cool storytelling, and then also the other game that I picked up, haven't played yet, is a game called Wayfinder. It was on sale for $5, 80% off. And this game started as an MMO and they realized that wasn't going to work. So they just made it like a co op game where it's like a co op ARPG, kind of think like Dark Soulsy sort of. Um,
Mhm.
but you just go, it seems like you just team up with friends and go fight big bosses and stuff. And it seems kind of cool. And I've heard really good things. And I was like, $5, I'll pick it up, try it out. Haven't had a chance to try it out yet, but just for anyone that's, you know, actually, I think the sale ends before this episode comes out. But that's another one that I have on my list. But other than that, tried out a few mobile games this week. Trying to see. I always kind of dive in a little bit, try to see like, okay, what are people talking about on Reddit? You know, what kind of mobile games are there? Didn't really come across anything too great. Tried out Sonic Rumble, a little bit new Sonic game that came out. Not really for me. I know Slice and Dice is a really popular game. Do you play some of that? Have you played Slice
I
and
played a little
Dice?
bit of Slice and Dice. It's been a
Okay.
while though. Yeah.
Yeah, that one didn't get like super into, but another one called All Who Wander is kind of a cool game where you are this. Oh God, I just launched it, but you're this character that like is in this world that's kind of shrouded by cloud, and every step you take reveals more of the world. I think it's like maybe procedural, and there's like goblins and stuff you got to fight.
Ah, neat.
It kind of almost gives me like RuneScapey kind of vibes, but kind of like in a kind of tight package, like nutshell sort of form. So All Who Wander, I've been playing that a little bit on my phone, but yeah. So I've been playing a lot. I've been trying to like dip my toes in a lot of different things because I'm trying to think of a bunch of video ideas and all that sort of stuff. So that's what I've been playing from my side, Tommy. What about you? What do you got? Anything?
I've been playing some Slots and Daggers. Just hop back in. It's a fun game. I just,
Oh yeah.
it kills some time and, still some Balatro. I played a couple demos this week. The first one being Master of Peace,
Hmm.
which is I don't know if it's like a kind of a roguelike deck builder of sorts, but like you have like a almost like a chess piece that you're kind of moving, but it's not chess, but it's got like this tactical kind of roguelike kind of thing going on. It's really cool. Honestly, like it's pretty complex. And I was a little too tired every single time I tried to play it. I need to actually like pay attention, I think, and just play some more of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad by any means, but it's definitely difficult, I would say. Like not like difficult like to win or whatever. It's just like a pretty high learning curve, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was also playing a demo for um it was I think I mentioned it last week, Moon Sigil Atlas,
Yeah.
which I did mention last week. One demo I have like locked and loaded right now is Black Jacket, which is a blackjack roguelike. So,
Oh.
more card games. I was watching a video on it, I think Retromation, which, I gotta say, I don't know if anybody else watches Retromation, plays a lot of great indies. And the negative comments on the video for this one were like unbelievable.
Wow.
Like they're like, you're supposed to be like a wholesome content creator and you're promoting gambling. And it's like, what the heck is wrong with you people, man? I think they're just mad that he hasn't been playing the Bazaar
Mm-hmm.
lately. But yeah, that one's locked and loaded. It looked really, really cool. And it's been on my wish list for a hot minute now. So that's really it. Oh, I also been playing one new mobile game, which was Kingdom Rush Battles. Are you familiar with the Kingdom Rush series?
It sounds familiar, but remind me, what is that?
It's like a tower defense game. They have like a billion games of it now, and
Okay. Yeah, that's
like
like
Kingdom
familiar.
Rush is, and they basically came out with a um their version of Clash Royale.
Okay.
So it's actually pretty good. So I've been liking it. It's a nice little competitive thing to mess around with. Doesn't feel like pay to win or anything like that. I think that's like it's got like really good reviews because of that. And I
Hmm.
don't think they need to be pay to win because I mean you can buy stuff or whatever, but like their other games are so popular. Like
Yeah.
tower defense people love their games. So been playing that. That's pretty much it. Pretty much it.
Hell
But
yeah. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I've been looking for like a new mobile game to play because like when I'm feeding, the baby, I'm just like, I'm browsing on Twitter. I'm like, man, if only like I know I could play RuneScape, but like that's a little. I got to use like two hands for that. Like I'm thinking of like a one-handed, good mobile game to play. So,
you
uh,
like puzzles?
I do, I do. I know you recommended. What are you gonna tell me? What is the name of the game?
Oh no! I mean, I guess there's
Okay.
also Merge Maestro, but
Yes.
there's a puzzle game I did download a couple weeks ago called Bullpen, that
Bullpen.
is like a fun little puzzle game, just like the quick, like relatively like easy to medium to hard puzzles. It feels like a Sudoku like offshoot, but not with like numbers, if that makes sense.
Okay. Well, I don't
It's
think it's
only
on
Apple.
Android.
Ah.
Unfortunately, I don't think so. I'll have to see. There's a lot of baseball apps coming up when I search that. Um, but I'll have to check it out. That's the thing is that a lot of people develop, I guess, for iOS instead of Android. Because there's been other games that have been recommended on Reddit, and I like look them up, and I'm like, nope, it's definitely not this utilities app. That like is not a game. Um, but I'll have to check it
But
out. Look it up.
in theory, you would like it. I think it is.
Yeah.
I think I just checked. It's only iOS, but
Okay. All right. But yes, that's exactly what I'm kind of looking for. So if any juice heads out there have like these simple kind of puzzle games where maybe there's like a lot of levels and I'm not getting spam with ads and all that sort of nonsense.
did Rogue Words ever show up on Android?
It didn't the last time I checked. I'll check right now because that sounded really cool. Um, no, it's not on here. Although, yeah, no, it's not on here. That was another thing. I was trying to look for like, oh, there's word like, which is a word roguelike, which is like
Oh, I did hear
probably
about that.
similar, but it's $5 and doesn't have the best reviews. But yeah, I'd love a game that's like a roguelike as well. That'd be kind of cool to play, like a puzzle game. Because you look up roguelites and stuff on Reddit for mobile games, and it's like all these in depth, like dungeon crawler kind of games. And I'm like, I just want
Mm,
something simple. So if anyone has
yeah,
recommendations, let me know because I'm looking for one.
let them know. Let them know.
Let them
Now,
know.
next week we're going to be reviewing Die for the Lich, or at least I will, in case we don't get a second code. But that one kind of looks pretty cool. Listener questions. These come from the Juicehead Discord. First comes from K Moore. What is the one thing from Back to the Future you wish was actually real? For me, it's the rehydrating pizza oven.
Um, yeah, I mean that's a good one. It's my first thought is like hoverboard, which would be cool, but then I also think like the DeLorean, like a time machine. Like that would be really cool. I don't know how I'd get the plutonium or whatever, but yeah, I'd probably just go with the DeLorean, even if it's not a time machine. It'd be cool to just drive around. I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah. Uh, um, yeah, like a time machine would be sick. How about just can I have a sports almanac from the future?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Can I get that, please?
yeah,
Um, I like that. I mean the pizza oven is the coolest thing, right?
oh
You're
yeah,
just like that pizza looks so good too when they
yeah,
do it. You're like,
oh yeah,
oh. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it from because like at this point like it's like past the point of where they were in the future, and we
yeah,
probably have so much more better stuff other than like a time machine, rehydrating pizza, and a hoverboard. But
Yeah. Technically, there are the hoverboards, but they're not hoverboards. All right.
yeah.
Not hovering. Yeah.
What about I wish uh I could have Marvin Berry be real, Chuck's cousin, Chuck Berry's cousin. It's me, your
Yeah.
cousin.
Yeah. That's a good. I mean, hey, that's just one thing,
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
thing,
I mean, that might already be real. They probably did some research, right? Maybe.
Maybe. Who knows?
Capolo asks, "What's the best non-indie game you played in 2025, 2024, and 2023?"
Um, Man, that's tough. I'm looking at a list here of just 2023 games. I really like Lies of P was cool. I didn't finish it. I don't know if that's technically indie.
Is
Um,
that the full title?
yeah, Lies of P. Yeah, because it's the
Liza P. I didn't finish it.
oh no, yes, that's the sequel. Um, Also, Hogwarts Legacy was really cool. My wife mostly played it, but I played it, and it was I just everything she was doing in the game. I'm like, I just kept going, wow, this is a really well made game. So from 2023, I probably go with one of those two. Maybe there's probably another game, that I'm missing because I'm just looking at a list of them. It's unless I can like in Steam, can you like filter by like release date or something? What
You
about
can look at your
you?
library and sort by recent activity.
Yeah.
Um, I don't play a lot of non-indie games, to be honest. Let's see. Let me think really quick
Oh yeah,
here.
2023. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, Halo Infinite. I played in 2023. I had a good time with that. I guess that came out then.
I mean, I play
Um,
I guess probably a Nintendo game every year,
yeah.
like Bonanza, and then like I don't even know.
It's tough because like I do play a lot of indies as well. So I don't know. I'll just go with like what I said there, I guess. Um, 2024. You got anything for 2024 that's not indie that you enjoyed?
I mean, I definitely played Smash Ultimate, so I'm gonna give it that. Yeah, I don't play it. I don't like really. It's like either like Nintendo games or indie games. I pretty much like. I'm not really signing up for Battlefield or Call of Duty or anything like that. I don't play
Yeah.
Final Fantasy.
If you're asking 2022, it's Elden Ring. That's easy.
Oh, I played that then. That was good.
Yeah, maybe 2024, like Helldivers 2, is that considered non-indie? I don't even know. I guess it
Oh
is.
yeah, I did play that. I don't know if I really liked it that much. I
Yeah,
played
I
the Mad
enjoyed it.
Max game one of those
Hmm.
years, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, I keep looking at like 2024. I'm like, oh, Animal Well, that was good, but that was indie, you know?
And yeah, I
Uh
mean, I played New World,
Battlefield, you know.
but
New
I played
World,
New World in
yeah.
2021. I
Yeah.
think.
Um and then for this year, right? I'm being asked about this year. Well,
I
actually,
just
wait.
said Donkey Kong for
When did
this
this go?
year.
Oh no, Another Crab's Treasure. That's indie. I was gonna say that for 2024. That was great. Donkey Kong for you this year?
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
For me, it's I think it's gonna be Arc Raiders. Even though I put in like 6 hours in the game so far, so I definitely want to put more in. But um, I've really been enjoying Arc Raiders. It's like reminds me of like for those who know, I'm a big Last of Us fan, and reminds me of like what they could have done with the multiplayer. They were supposed to come
Hmm.
out with like a standalone multiplayer game, and it got canceled. So this is kind of, I was really looking forward to that one, even though we didn't really hear much about it, and then all of a sudden it got canceled. So this one, is just scratching that itch for me. So I probably would lean towards that. Um, yeah, I play a lot of indie. Um, you
Would the
know,
Wordle count
Wordle. I
as a
guess that
non-indie game?
I guess it's non-indie technically, right?
Because
I
and
mean,
Connections, all the New York Times games I play.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
does RuneScape count? I don't. Is RuneScape indie?
yeah. I guess I mean, I don't know. We should know this.
Yeah, I guess we should. I mean, well, see, that's the thing is like we keep covering stories on this. Is like the line is keeps getting blurrier and blurrier, right? Of like what
Hmm.
indie is. Where I feel like we need some further. We should just be the ones that come up with the further classification.
Yeah,
Be like
let's
this.
do it.
This is from the Fresh Juice podcast. These are the tiers. All right, share it out.
Next
Boom.
episode, we'll
Yep,
work on it.
we're gonna work on it.
Ooh-wee. Actually, maybe in 2 episodes because we got to review next episode. Two
Yeah,
episodes. You heard it here first. Nobody do it before us.
yeah.
Okay. We are recording 2 episodes from now tomorrow. Actually, right after this. So we would have already come up with it. So you can't actually steal it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Last question comes from Arcarp, who asked, "What's the best Crayola color?"
The best Crayola color, like by name,
Yeah.
or just like a color, because they got weird names, right?
Yeah.
Um, oh man, I don't know. I'm looking at a list of them now. Blizzard Blue, it's a pretty cool one.
Blizzard Blue's
You
fun.
know, I always liked the black crayon because it was just like I was just like, man, look at this. It's like looks so different
Oh,
than the other ones just because it's like I don't know. It's so like bold compared to the other colors. Um, what about you,
I'm
Tom?
a goldenrod guy.
Yeah, yeah.
That one always stuck out to me because it kind of reminded me of Goldenrod City from Pokemon.
Okay.
Does that make was that a city?
I don't know. It sounds like one.
Oh, now I
Uh,
gotta look it up.
Now is goldenrod the color? Is that something you've had in the back of your head where you just know? Because I don't know any Crayola
No,
colors
I was
by the.
looking at but
Okay.
like I remembered it existing. Yeah,
Okay.
Goldenrod City is a city in Johto.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, they got some interesting names here. Berry Parfait, Sunset Shimmer, a lot of interesting ones. But yeah, I don't know. I was always, I guess, Black Pearl is the name of the color that I was always like, you know,
Hmm.
I was like, oh, that's a cool one, you know. But
There's somebody on TikTok who collects the dandelion crayon and like melts
huh,
them down and does stuff with it. I don't know what, but that exists.
listen, there's another guy on TikTok, if we're talking about TikTok, that I keep having on my feed, and all he does is buy anvils from Amazon and then
Yep.
returns them. He's been doing it for like
Hmm.
2 years, a year or two,
Yeah, I saw
and that's
that.
all he does. He just buys it and returns it. And I am just
It's
waiting for the
amazing.
day where he's like, I got banned from Amazon because I keep doing it. It's so ridiculous, but it's amazing.
Yeah. Hey, Amazon deserves it. But unless they want to sponsor us, right? Yeah. Fresh
Yeah.
juice brought to you by Amazon Prime.
Could you imagine?
Uh not really, I don't think. I don't think I could imagine that. That'd be
How wild
how
would it
would
be?
we
We have the biggest, brought to you by Bud Light, fresh juice. You
yeah.
know, we just get like the biggest sponsors.
If I was like a big company like that, I think maybe randomly I would just like pick like a really small creator who like is proven to be like making stuff every week and be like, yeah,
Yeah,
we'll sponsor you. What? How much you want? Oh yeah, no, whatever you want, really.
yeah. Because that would be a story in itself. People be writing
Yeah.
articles, be like, "This podcast with 10 listeners is sponsored by Bud Light."
Yeah. Oh man,
We love
amazing.
you, listeners. Though we love you.
All 10 of you. All 11. No, 10,000. You
Hmm.
can't see our Spotify listens. That's going to bring us to the rec room, where we're going to recommend something that's perhaps not an indie game. what do you have to recommend this week?
So I am recommending a new TV show on Apple TV that I'm not going to reveal too much about because I think a lot of the fun is watching it and figuring things out. Kind of like that weapon situation where you recommended
Mm-hmm.
it. It's called Pluribus. It is from the creator of Breaking Bad, Vince Gilligan, and it's a brand new IP. It's not in the Breaking Bad world, anything like that. He actually came out and said that he wanted to try something new to see if he was just kind of like a one-trick pony. And I remember seeing trailers for it and just thinking, what the hell is this show about? And the first two episodes came out. We watched the first episode so far. Probably watch the second one tonight. Maybe actually because the game's on. I don't know. But um, first episode got me hooked. I was like, what? You're thinking the whole episode, what is going on? Like, what is this? You're trying to piece it together. And, my wife actually kind of pieced more of it together than I did because it's kind of like science related. It's a sci fi drama show where I'll just set the premise. There is a main character, and everyone else is starting to act weird. They know her name. They are they're just starting to act really weird. The beginning of the show though, they kind of set it up where like there's some people that are working I don't know, at some sort of place that like monitors space activity, and there's this thing they discovered that kept repeating this kind of sound or something, and then it kind of leads into like the rest of the episode, and then you kind of maybe realize at the end of the episode, oh, this is how this all sort of connects. I'm really interested to see where it goes from here, so I don't know fully if it's going to be a good show yet, but I will say the first episode piqued my interest. Can't wait to watch the second one. And yeah, it's just one of the I always just like finding a new, like a truly new show to watch, right? Where like I feel like the stuff in this show, at least for me, I mean, I haven't seen every show, but I'm like, these seem like new ideas. So
Hmm.
I yeah, it just seems interesting. And it's yeah, sci-fi, and a little, maybe a dash of horror in there, but not really. Only if you're freaked out by like things that maybe could happen in real life. But yeah, Pluribus, check it out. Go in kind of blind and just let me know what you think if you watch it. So there we go.
Uh, yeah, it looks good. It's got it's Rhea Seaborn she was in Better Call Saul, right?
I haven't watched Better Call Saul.
What? It's
Yeah.
better than Breaking Bad.
Well, you know what? I've heard it's as good as Breaking Bad.
I
I
liked it better than Breaking Bad.
We
I will
watched
say.
El Camino, which is like in between the two. So now our next task is to watch Better Call Saul. But
Mm,
like, trying to convince my wife to watch it because she
yeah.
really liked Breaking Bad. But like, shows like that, they could be like taxing, because you're just like,
Yeah.
oh, But I really want to watch it. But um, yeah,
Yeah. No, this looks good. Looks good.
yeah, check it out, Pluribus.
My recommendation is the movie I went to go see by myself this weekend. It's Predator Badlands. It is the newest in the Predator series, and it is the farthest departure from the formula of these movies. If you're familiar with Predator, the original is probably one of the best action movies ever made. Arnold Schwarzenegger, um, just just a classic. You one ugly son of a bitch. All that stuff, and just good fun horror kind of sci-fi where these predator, which you come to learn in this movie, are called the Yautja, and they hunt, you know, basically big game, right? Like they just want to
Hmm.
they want to kill the most dangerous thing on whatever planet it is. And that's like kind of how their culture works. So they're usually the bad guy, or at least fighting another bad guy, like an Alien versus Predator. But this is basically I mean, like in a way it's kind of like Predator Disneyfied in a way, because the predator is the good guy. It follows a kind of runt predator.
Hmm.
who kind of has some family issues in the beginning and goes to and he's like, I'm going to prove myself. I am going to be the killer of killers. I'm gonna go, make my like dad respect me basically, and goes to this planet where everything's trying to kill you, and it has the unkillable beast, right? And while he's there, he's like kind of getting his ass kicked the whole time, and comes across a android played by Elle Fanning, Dakota Fanning's
Mm-hmm.
sister, and she's kind of like his companion because she needs help. And he's like, all right. He's like, I don't need help. I only work alone. She's like, well, I'm like a tool. You can use me as a tool. He's like, all right, well, that's fine. And basically, it's kind of like a adventure movie, right? Where like they're traveling. There's some like kind of funny scenes and whatever, but it really expands on the Predator universe in like a good way, like where you just like, okay, now I actually care about these aliens, and
Yeah.
they're not just like killing machines. So I really liked it. It's not a perfect movie. There's some parts where like you're like, like I don't need all of this kind of cheesy dialogue, but
Mm-hmm.
for the most part, you're like, because I love the Predators. They're cool. Like they've always been like one of my favorite alien like kind of movies. So
Yeah.
um, and expands on the universe a little bit with also the Alien movies because not really giving anything away, but there's like a corporation there that
Hmm.
is from the Alien series. So Predator Badlands, it's kind of funny, cute, action packed, not really horror this time around, but it takes the series in a pretty interesting way. And it's made by the same guy who did Prey, which was another
Oh,
Predator movie like
yeah.
a couple years back, and then also did the animated one that came out last year, Killer of Killers, which I just watched that too. It was pretty good. So Predator
Nice.
Badlands.
I gotta admit, like Predator and Alien have been something I've never really dove into. Like I obviously know what they
Yeah.
are. I've seen them. I've like watched some gameplay for games of theirs and all that sort of stuff, but I've never really gotten like taken the time to get into them. But
Yeah.
I feel like it's be up my alley. But
Yeah, if you
yeah,
like kind of sci-fi horror, like
yeah.
Alien franchise is probably really good for that. Where like you have like more of the sci-fi action horror with Predator. Um, it's like weird. Both franchises have some of the best movies, like
Hmm.
in that kind of genre, and then some of the worst.
Yeah.
So it's just
It's a roller
how
coaster.
it goes. Have you
Yeah.
seen the first Predator?
Um I don't think I have. If I have, it was a long time ago.
It's a
Um,
good one.
I can picture things from it, so maybe I have, but I don't know if maybe if I watched it again, I'd be like, oh yeah, I've seen this. But
Classic
yeah,
80s cheesy lines, just
yeah.
like Jesse Ventura's in it. And, one guy's next to him, he's like, you're bleeding. I ain't got time to bleed. You're just like, what does that mean?
Doesn't even make
it,
sense.
it doesn't even make
Uh,
sense. So,
that's good.
uh, good stuff. I think that's also where Get to the Choppa is from.
Okay.
And then, just good Arnold stuff.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, Predator Badlands. It's good. It's good. It's taking the franchise in a cool direction.
Cool. Hell
Yeah,
yeah. I have to check it out.
that's
Badlands.
our rec room. You can all find me on mostly Blue Sky F Fresh Buds Pod. I have another podcast called Fresh and Buds. This week I have the YouTuber Tattle Down on the show, who told me I've recorded right before this podcast that I was the first podcast he listened to when he got into Flesh and Blood, which was
Oh,
super cool to hear
that
and
is.
was a great guest. So check that out. You can find us on all socials at Fresh Juice Pod. Where can people find you, Matt?
So it's all downhill from there. Is that what you told him? You know?
Yep, doesn't get better.
Yep. So yeah, if you want to follow me at Matty Gorm, GORM on all the socials, I've been posting on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, doing shorts and working on some content for YouTube. I'm back on the grind there. Got a few videos scheduled out for this week, and it's been a lot of fun. So if you're into survival games and getting some early previews of them, definitely check me out. But another good app in the books, Tommy. Another good
You
app.
got that right.
Go Birds.
Juice, juice. Go Pack, go. Juice, 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 juice.